Hey, hello again. It's Katie from the 2 Sparks of Madness, and I wanted to catch you up on what we've been up to since we left Cape Town. For the first day, we just did a very short hop along the coast road, beautiful coast road, nice little twisties, beautiful views across the sea, just to Hermanus. But we did stop off at Betty's Bay, of course, where there is the second land-based penguin colony of African penguins. We were eating in the restaurant that is there in the bay, and just every 5 minutes or so, a little group of penguins would waddle past. I have a little recording for you. Apparently, these guys used to be called jackass penguins because they sound so much, the calls sound so much like a braying donkey. But there are some penguins in South America that sound very similar, so they renamed them African penguins, which I think is a lot more dignified, so I prefer that a lot. But you can judge for yourself whether you think this sounds like a donkey or not. On the road from Hermanus to Agulhas, we actually had a bit of a forced stop. Colin noticed something not quite right with his front tire, with his front wheel. So we stopped and looked, and lo and behold, it was completely flat. So something obviously went wrong with the inner tube. We had to change it out. And I know this sounds a little bit weird, but in a way, it was quite a cool thing to have happened because it's changing a wheel or changing a tube is something that we practiced in our little garage at home in Weymouth. And it was kind of quite nice to get to try that out under fairly benign circumstances. Although I won't be sad if we don't have to keep doing that throughout our journey. So Saturday was another day of showers. And it was pretty on and off. So we had some really nice stretches and then some pretty rainy bits. And it was also our first taste of some gravel roads. And in bits and bobs, they got a little bit slick, but it's very compacted down. It was still a fairly easy ride. And Colin got to try out his rain gear, which on this occasion, he actually put on before it started to rain, which doesn't always happen in that order, but in this case, success. When we actually got to Cape Agulhas, the place where the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean meet and the southernmost point in Africa, we got some sunshine. The sun came out for us. So on Monday, the 31st of May, we headed north towards the Cederberg. We did go rather a long way round because we had to turn back to Ceres to pick up a hydration pack that we'd forgotten at our accommodation. So we did see all of the lovely roads that are around there, asphalt and gravel. And there are a few options. I'm actually quite pleased that we got to do all of them because there's some real surprises there. Sometimes you feel like you're in the Alps with lovely twisty roads. It's great variety, great for road bikes and for off-road bikes too. Although the closer we got to the Cederberg Oasis, the more the roads got a little bit more gravelly, and we had to go through a few gates. It was really like proper trails and tracks, and that is something that we were looking forward to in the Cederberg. Just get a little bit used again to off-road riding. So it was really nice. We stayed in a little tent in the Oasis. I say little tent. It's big enough for 2 beds with mattresses. No electricity in there, but still very super comfy, which was just as well because it got quite cold at night already. It's a great place from which to visit the rock art in the Cederberg that was painted by the sun, said up to 2,000 years old, and believed to depict a shaman ritual. And the Stadtsaal caves and some rock formations around there too. So just as we were ready to go for a loop of the Cederberg, Colin realized that his clutch lever was completely limped. So before we did any riding, he had to replace the O-ring in the slave clutch cylinder, which is a known fault in the Husqvarna 701. So he was very well prepared. But then we could go and do some actual riding. And I'm going to leave you with a few impressions of our loop in the Cederberg that day. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this little video, and see you next time.